Today we're going to be looking at a couple of Jedi figures, 12-inch ones, Action Man size, and I've been a bit of a Star Wars kick recently. I've been reappraising the prequel trilogy. I don't think they're anywhere near as bad as we initially thought. When they were new Star Wars, time has a way of mellowing these things. They're still not great films, but some of the characters I do like. So I got myself a Qui-Gon, but I also, because of my Obi-Wan costume, and I'm really enjoying the Obi-Wan character in the films, so I got this, and it's more sort of based on, it has to be said, so there's a YouTuber called Charlie Hopkinson. I'll put his channel link in the description, and he does these deep fakes where he plays Star Wars characters, specifically Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, and the characters of those are just, they've replaced the real characters for me, because I know when I watch it I'm thinking of Qui-Gon eating Pringles, etc. He also does some excellent Lord of the Rings, and his Boromir is just brilliant as well. But yeah, so I thought I'd pick these up, and they're pretty much cheap. I think it was 12 quid for an absolute mint condition Obi-Wan, and then Qui-Gon I think was, I want to say £14. So yeah, I picked them up. I think they're both based on the Hasbro G.I. Joe stroke Action Man, what they call modern Action Man body, because that's what they were using. But we'll see what they are. I mean, when I sent off them, I thought, are they going to use the same clothing? But they look completely different. So let's have a look at the boxes. Let's have a look at Qui-Gon first. So it comes in the standard episode 1 packaging that Hasbro were doing. Pretty much everyone was doing. The Lucasfilm had a bit of a tight control over them. So with lightsaber, and I think this is meant to be like Naboo architecture, or what I think, you know, like the pillars and stuff. And Qui-Gon Jinn I did like, and he's a good actor. He always is very watchable. I don't know what these Jedi Master Points are. 20 of them. It looks like the initial range was Qui-Gon, and then it shows what they thought would be the breakout characters: Jar Jar Binks and Darth Maul. Darth Maul I think was to start with, but then people realised he didn't actually have a character. And Jar Jar, I don't think, it was popular amongst very young kids, but that was about it. So it's interesting that that's what they thought would be the big ones. No Obi-Wan there, although I think they did do an Obi-Wan later on. And this is Obi-Wan as played by Sir Alec Guinness. Doesn't look like it's a bad sculpt. The paint on the beard is very glossy. Perhaps he uses beard conditioner. Comes in a 3-language box. So Star Wars, La Guerre de la Galaxias, La Guerre des Étoiles, which I think is French and Spanish. So perhaps it is an American one, but for... no, it's the European. So yeah, it's just a European one. It looks like the range. I remember these coming out originally with the opening boxes. I remember at a toy fair paying some stupid amount, like 50 quid each for them when they came out. And I remember picking up Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. Han Solo is brilliant. I've got a video somewhere where I've replaced his body with a more posable one. Collect them all. So Obi-Wan, Han Solo, Darth Vader, Dark Vader, Luke Skywalker. Why is he the only one that gets a different, that's a name? Okay, so what, let's get these out and we'll see what they're like. Okay, so we've got them out. Let's square them up a bit. So should we look at Obi-Wan first? First thing to notice about him is his lightsaber's a wee bit bent. It's quite soft. What about the... yeah, so they are quite soft lightsabers. Looks like the same blade on both, just different colours. The colouring is not 100% accurate on Obi-Wan's. Qui-Gon's I'm not familiar with, but it does look like a piece of heater hose, Qui-Gon's. So let's have a look at the figures. So let's lay you down, Qui-Gon. Obi-Wan. So yeah, this is the very early G.I. Joe body, which means that it's got very limited, that's the entire leg bending, and the arm bending was almost non-existent as well. Oh, very difficult. There, that's it. So that's the arm bending, which is just terrible. I might see if I've got a spare body upstairs. I like the way the hood is sewn onto his cloak, so that it goes up and it stays up quite well. Doesn't mean it doesn't go down particularly well. Facial sculpt is excellent, to be honest. Really good. Could do with a better paint job, but you can see it's Alec Guinness, so it's just a shame it's shiny. I don't think that's a product of time. I think it was probably shiny to start with. Parts of the robe were sewn into the box, so let me just cut that. Yeah, this one as well. Yeah, man. There we go. I managed to cut myself. Brilliant. So quite a nice sort of robe. Very large. Very long, as of, like I say, I've got one myself and it's incredibly difficult to wear. Don't know, is that meant to be sewn? It is sewn in quite a large amount, so I think it's meant to be sewn. So he's got pretty much, you can move his legs straight, like I say, you can't really bend them. Oh, he comes in, he's actually wearing trousers as well. I honestly didn't think they would put trousers on. And his under tunic is sewn as well, which I will leave because it holds it. Okay, so he's got the long Jedi tassels at the front, and he comes with a belt. Let's see if we can get the robe off on him. There we go. So again, very nice robe, I like that. So he's got his full under robe, plus he's got a, looks like a, he's going to be either a two-piece or a one-piece jumpsuit underneath. Should we see if we can have a look? So he comes with a very nice belt. He's got his centre sash, which is velcroed, and then it's elasticated as a popper. And then yeah, so he's got a two-piece brown, really nice actually, well, good material. They put a lot of effort into this. I suppose this was their first four, so they were putting their all into them. I remember these figures went on forever, and they ended up like the original Star Wars figures, where it was so many different characters. I gave up collecting them. I tried to keep up with them. I can't remember ever having Obi-Wan though, which is strange. Or perhaps I did have him and just wasn't. Thought, oh, he's just an old man. He's boring. Now that I am an old man, I find Obi-Wan quite one of the most interesting characters in Star Wars. This Jedi Knight that's basically to protect Luke has gone into hiding on a backwater planet, thrown his life away. He thought the sacrifice was a relevant one. So you get a hook on the belt so you can hang the lightsaber. Now that's interesting. Does that mean that the blade comes out the hilt? Hold on. It does not. So they've given you a belt hook to hang the lightsaber on, but he can't really. Can he hold the lightsaber? Oh yeah, he holds it fine. These hands are not horrible for that, but then he can only sort of go, hey, hi. So yeah, I like that. I like that. Oh, it's sticky. It's weird how some plastic goes sticky after a while, isn't it? What's that? Oh, it's okay, a bit of cardboard. I thought I had a magnet in the back. So we've got Obi-Wan with his lovely cloak, a bit stiff. Not very poseable, but good for display. Let's move on to Qui-Gon. So have I got a year on? Let's see if I can find a year. 1996. That's interesting. So this is 1996. This is 1999. So 3 years difference. And this Qui-Gon has got the more poseable body, which they were using, which I think is a really good. I know it's a lot of collectors hate these modern Hasbro bodies. I think this body is excellent. It's great for a toy, it's great for a collector, it's great for posability. So let's, oh, is it the full one there? It is the full one. Okay, let's have a look. So he comes in his Jedi costume, so he's got a cloak. It's a much bigger cloak, much more matches the cloak I've got, which is obviously based on these modern ones. There's elastic at the bottom to gather it, which is an interesting choice, so it doesn't flow out. It's a slightly sort of more earthy brown. It's sewn on in places, which I will have to take off. Let's see if we can get this off. Yeah, here we go. Let's cut this off. It's where it was sewn into the box again. So yeah, so there's elastic down the sleeves as well. Interesting. I don't think he could actually put his hood up. That's actually a better robe on the old one. So he's in the Jedi costume, which again, I'm very familiar with wearing now, having worn one. Quite comfortable, but very impractical. It's got the Jedi belt, so like I got that as well, so it's good to see that it matches. It comes with rooted hair. The elastic band holding his hair is absolutely perished, so that's interesting. I don't like rooted hair on figures. It never looks right, but I don't quite know what else they could have done with this one. Because it's the newer body, he's got a lovely ball jointed head, great sculpt, really good Liam Neeson likeness. Unfortunately, I don't know whether it was this colour to start with or whether it's just faded over the years, because it's a slightly different colour to the body. That's not a big problem. And then the arms, it's not the full. So this is weird. This is like a hybrid then. So it's got the wrist joints, but it hasn't got the fixed arm joint. So this is the intermediate body, so you can get a bit of posability. But then unless it was just a Hasbro, well, for the UK Action Man that did the full hard jointed elbows, which are great. I really like them. So again, I might see if I can do something. Yeah, he's still got the old style legs. They're slightly better. They got a slightly more posability. His boots are gorgeous, really nicely done. Obi-Wan's just got the bog standard German jack boots that they used on most of the Star Wars stuff, but Qui-Gon's got his own made boots. Well, they are movable, so they probably would come off. He comes in a slightly lighter pair of trousers, lighter material, and he's only got the shirt on because it's all sewn together, so the undershirt is just a collar. And like I say, he's got the belt on, he's got Velcro cummerband. Can he hold his lightsaber? He can, so you can get slightly more posability. His hands, because he was holding the lightsaber in the box, his hand is a little bit stretched, but that should go back. It's much more detailed. Look at the differences in just 3 years. The difference is it's much more detailed costume, much more realistic sort of sculpt on the face, although the skin tone is better on this one. But only 3 years between them. He hasn't got anywhere to hang his lightsaber, but then he hasn't. Oh, he's got a hook on it. So will this lightsaber come out? doesn't unscrew. Hold on. Nah, it doesn't want to come out. That's weird, isn't it? You'd think they would. Perhaps it's just stuck over time, but he's got a belt loop, so he could do it. I do like this figure. I might see if I can get the Obi-Wan as well. Young Obi-Wan. But yeah, while they're sort of dirt cheap, it's worth picking up. They are good figures. Yeah, look, you can see his the back of his neck is a different colour, so he's obviously faded slightly. But then, you know, being an Irishman, same weather as we get in Britain, so lots of rain, not much sun. That's probably why he's a bit pale. But yeah, so I think they actually look slightly better with their big cloaks off, because they've done their best to make these posable and look good and drape, but they just generally not. I think Qui-Gon's is slightly better at draping, but it has seen better days from the box where the ties were. But yeah, so if you want to see more Star Wars figures like this, or Hasbro in general, or just figures in general, let me know. And thanks for watching. We've got a Patreon now, so if you want to help us out that way, or if not, liking and subscribing does help the channel greatly. We actually recently managed to get one video onto YouTube recommends, and it instantly went to like 4,000 views. So if you can get onto that recommended, and I think that's down to likes and comments, etc. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks then. Bye.